sponsor a Gambian girl through SAG Foundation. We are placing girls on the path to success through education. Our aim is to realize a Gambia where every girl is given equal access to education to reach their full potential. This is how we do it through our model of affecting generational systematic change. This is Amy. She is not in school, an underprivileged girl excluded from school due to lack of financial support. The SAG Foundation enrolled her into school, and she is equipped with all the essential resources to have a quality education. Amy is now making a difference in her community. Amy is now contributing towards the generational systematic change. Education changes everything for a girl.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to ALIUE Media. Good evening from my end, good morning from somebody else's end, and good afternoon from somebody else's end. This is Fatma Koka, ALIUE Media. Today we're here having a discussion with few people around our community, and of course a member of from the embassy is here as well. So this is not like an interview. This is going to be a conversation, a discussion, and we will be looking for solutions. So hopefully this is not going to be a one-off, because things that are affecting us in society is a lot. So we cannot do it in one day. So, and I want to apologize first to those people who feel left out, that they are part of the Gambian, they're Gambians and they should be part of this show today. But hey, hold on. It's going to be in turns, and we have to crawl before we walk. So this is the first. So I'm sure it will not be the last. So I'll contact all of you and have you on board. Before I go any further, let me introduce, no, let them introduce themselves. Anyway, and again, like I said, it's just a conversation. So I will say a lot of stuff that I don't mean. Okay, we'll start with Mr. TAYEB CHAM. Mr. TAYEB, mabay la nga nuyo dafa wax yow yaay kan ak lan nga ci waxtaan bi lan mo la ci bolé tay ñu bay la daal ya xam nga koy nuyoyé daal Mr. TAYEB.
bismillahir rahmanir rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sayyidina wa nabiyina muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Suñ sister suñ jarbaat Sayyida Fatima Rahman Koka, member of the panelists, yéen ñëpp ñu ngi leen a nuyu ak mboolem koo xam ne yaa ngi follow up this program. ñu ngi laa nuyu di la ziyaara. maa ngi tudd TAYEB Mustapha Cham, born and raised in Gambia, studied in Senegal, followed by Saudi Arabia, graduated from King Saudi University Islamic Studies, specialized in education. Since 1994, I've been employed by Muslim World League, based in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, to come to United Kingdom as one of the missionary member, as the first African Gambian who worked for Muslim World League in United Kingdom. When I come, I found it is necessary to try to establish networking and build platform to bring all Gambians, all background, even including non-Gambian, Muslim and non-Muslim, to benefit mankind in general. Suma liggéey mooy maa ngi liggéey ci field of dawah, education, and also as the official Muslim chaplain with NHS in Barnet Hospital. And married, got few children, based in AJIE, Northwest London. As a founder of TAYEB Welfare Foundation. This foundation works with the families, youth, education, giving advice, consultancy to the wider community. And our door is open for Muslim and non-Muslim. And since we established it, every Ramadan we have open iftar, distributing leaflet to invite even non-Muslim on the street. And with the help of Allah, through these activities, we have many non-Muslim who converted to Islam. Although we have a lot of non-Muslim friends, because I believe in dialogue and tolerance and accept others, other faiths.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Tayyib Cham. For viewers' sake, ma ñaax rek nit ñi pour ngeen understand ne Tayyib Cham toogaayam fii ñëw fi pour represent a religious leader. No, he's not here on that base, because if that was the case, I would have invited someone who is a Christian as well. So pour ngeen understand ko noonu. You never know. Maybe next time we'll have someone who is a leader in the Christian community. But Tayyib toogu fi pour loolu tey. Next, ñu ñëw si Aji Kombe Soseh. Aji. Unmute Aji. Yaa ngi mute.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fatima and member of the panel, greetings to you all. My name is Aji Kombe Soseh of Coventry, representing the Coventry Gambian Women's Group. I am an IT technician by profession and an entrepreneur, the CEO of AJIE Swap Deals in Coventry. And I'm so glad to be on the panel for our entire community, Gambian community in the UK, to benefit from it, and even abroad. Thank you.
Thank you, Aji. Welcome. Mr. MOMODOU NJIE, we have two NJIEs here, so I will be very careful. Mr. MOMODOU NJIE, for the spill.
Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, my fellow panelists. My name is MOMODOU NJIE from Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, a member of Huddersfield Gambian Executive Committee, and also working with healthcare system as a mental health support worker. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome. Mr. EDRISSA TOURAY.
Hello. Sorry, excuse me. Good evening, everybody, and thank you, Fatima, for having us, and thank you very much to all the co-panelists, and first thank you to Uncle Sheikh Tayyeb for that wisdom, and we're grateful to have him on the discussion tonight. I would like to introduce myself as Idrissa Touré, the Secretary General to the Gambian community in Nottinghamshire, because I'm here primarily for my role in the community as a volunteer Secretary General. Professionally, I am a trained teacher, but like I said, I'm here for the communal role, so I want to stick to that. And I will want to first seize this opportunity to thank Mr. NJIE, the Deputy High Commissioner, who is here with us, for being with us, the community, last December, when our community launched our social arm. We did a fundraising gala, and he was in attendance, and he has his presence, and so many others has helped us to raise a substantial amount of money for our community welfare fund. And we're really grateful to that. And I would like to seize this opportunity to thank Mr. Uncle Sheikh Tayyeb as well for his generous donation towards our community in the just ended communal fundraising we did for our masjid project. And I'm so Probably this is the first time he's seen my face on screen. We've communicated, and I would like to seize this opportunity to thank him on behalf of our community. And thank you very much to all the co-panelists who are here tonight, Mr. LAMIN SONKO, Mr. MOMODOU, and Sister AJIE KOMBEH. I'm really grateful to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you for that and welcome. Mr. LAMIN SONKO.
Good evening, Fatima. Thanks for hosting this event, and good evening to Uncle TAYEB and members of the panel. My name is LAMIN SONKO. I'm living in Birmingham, and I'm the Secretary General of the Birmingham Gambian Association, an association that has been put together since 1996, up to date. Since then, I was part of the secretarial group up till now. My background is in banking and education. Since we came in 1996, we formed this Birmingham Gambian Association when we have an elder named Mr. NJIE, who we used to call Gainde. This was in the early 90s when he passed away. So we deemed it fit that as Gambians living in the diaspora and doing things as individual wouldn't count that much. So we should come together and form an association so that we will be able to do things, as the Wolofs normally say, that lukenai de fukakukodaha. When we come together as a group, as a people doing things, it would be much easier for us to achieve anything. This was why we formed the Gambian Association after the death of Mr. NJIE. So even if you look at the Gambian Association's logo, there is a lion, which we call in Wall of Gainde, which represents what we used to call Mr. NJIE. So that's the existence of the Gambian Association. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. Last but not the least, Mr. NJIE, and I choose to do it that way because you are here today, Mr. NJIE, Mr. NJIE, to hear. This is a dialogue between you and us. You're here to hear what we have to say as the Gambian community in all parts of UK. So welcome, sir, and thanks for accepting the invitation, all of you. Yes, now it's your turn.
Oh, thank you very much, Fatima, and thank you very much, my co-panelists, Uncle TAYEB, Mr. NJIE, Mr. SONKO, AJIE KOMBEH, Mr. TOURAY. I'm so honored of this discussion today. It has been long overdue. Because we have never had such discussion, but I have met most of them, apart from Mr. NJIE from HUDDERSFIELD, but we've communicated on the phone. But it has been fruitful with all of them, most particularly those in Birmingham, Nottinghamshire, Uncle TAYEB, whom we are always in consultation in terms of some of the issues that affect the Gambian community here. Once again, I am so grateful that everybody has taken his or her precious time to be with us in this discussion. To be in precise form, I've been in the civil service for the last 20 years. I started from PMO, Personnel Management Officer, and then as a cadet administrative officer, then moved to the office of the president as cadet administrative officer, then assistant secretary at the same place, senior assistant secretary, principal assistant secretary, then came here for Masters University of Manchester, then went back again, deputy permanent secretary in the civil service. I've been there for the last 10 years, and then now starting 20 years in the civil service, moved to Venezuela, from the embassy in Venezuela. Then from there I was moved here also. And now as a deputy high commissioner, with your support, all of you, you can move so many things. Honored on behalf of my colleague at the High Commission, His Excellency Mr. Francis Blaine, my colleague Mr. TOURAY, and the rest of the staff. I'm very honored to be here today. And as Fatima said, the discussion what affects our communities in the United Kingdom. I trust that the individuals that we have here are of immense experience, that we can gain a lot of benefits in their contribution, because I have definitely had tete-a-tete with most of them, not only on through the telephone, but all of them face to face, both in Birmingham, Nottinghamshire, and Uncle Tayyip. And my, Ajaratu, I have never met you, but this is the first time that is Ajaratu KOMBEH, so we'll take it from there. So for the High Commission, if you can permit me, Fatima, is not only in the United Kingdom. The High Commission covers a lot of countries. We cover the Vatican, we cover the Sweden, we cover Norway, Denmark, Finland, Israel, the Republic of Ireland, and Austria. These are all under our jurisdiction. So you can see what is on our table. But that is why we are here. Under the leadership of His Excellency Francis Blade, all these countries, we cover them, and then they have all Gambian nationals, which we have to attend to, different from other international organizations and other official duties. But that is why, as I said earlier, that is why we are here, and then we are here to serve the Gambian community, and we are counting on everybody, that is all of you, on the job that we are doing now, because without you, things we cannot succeed. So every community or every big city that are Gambian in the head of a community that we get in touch, that is giving us information in the way forward. So
okay.
Yeah, if you can, yes, okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Once again, welcome everyone on board. Like I said, this is not like an interview. It's just a discussion for way forward, and a dialogue between the embassy and us. I keep saying us because I think I'm part of it. I think it's equal. I'm equally fair to say I'm representing Sweden. Not really. I'm representing everyone really. Anyway, so thank you. First of all, I think my first question will go to you again, Mr. NJIE, since you are here to represent the embassy, the High Commission. My first question is, apart from maintaining diplomatic ties with UK, what is the relationship of the High Commission and its citizens residing in the UK? Because a lot of people don't know the perception that we have of you guys is completely different. Some people might say we don't even know your role. Some people say, oh, they're just sitting there, they're very lazy, they're not doing much for us. So now this is the opportunity for you to tell us your role, what you do, what do we expect from the embassy? What is the expectation?
Oh, thank you very much. That's a very pertinent question that you're asking, and it's not like it's a first one from you. It has been all the time people have been asking the same question, and that is people at the embassy to fulfill our job is reciprocal, because it's not like it is just from the embassy. The Gambian nationals also have to come on board. And how do they come on board? The first thing is that as Gambian national, if you look at your Gambian passport, the first thing they tell you that at the Gambian passport, the last page, it indicates that if you arrive in a foreign land, what you need to do is to register with your embassy. And to register with your embassy will facilitate so many things in the time of difficulties. The embassy will be able to access to you, because you need to submit at least your address, where you stay. People know your details. All these things we record. In case of emergency, then we will know where to trace you. So that is one of those things. But I mean, we are aware of some of the difficulties that faced by so many of our nationals in the United Kingdom. But I mean, through our, the role is multifaceted in terms of helping our nationals, because recently, even today, Mr. TOURAY, that is the councillor, went to Manchester to attend a funeral, and then most of the time, when there is a funeral, either contacted by the head of the community or religious leaders. And Imam Tayyeb, can attest to that. Most of the time we attend those funerals, people who also face mental illness. There are issues also people face in marriages, some issues like, immigration issues. But all these things, we always try to attend to them. And it's, either we go there to see the individual directly or we liaise with the head of the community. Like, as I said, the head of the community, like in Birmingham, in Imam TAYEB, in Nottinghamshire, and all those things. Even during the coronavirus, we make sure that we get in touch with everybody, all the head of the communities within the United Kingdom and other countries that are accredited. I'm sure we just focus on the United Kingdom, but I have to generalize in a certain part of the discussion, and then also, all these communities inviting us, like having ceremonies like celebration of independence celebration, having, celebrating Gambian Day and all those things. So we attend all those things, and we try to make sure that we attend them and then tell people what the embassy is doing and then what is also expected of them to be able to do things. Yes.
Okay. I will try to create a question out of what you just said. So I'm going to take you back before I go to the others. You said earlier on, but whenever anyone comes into a country, they need to register with the embassy. You mentioned that.
Right.
But what I want to know is, what is the embassy doing? Do you reach out to the community? Because not everyone will do that. They will not come and register with you people. But do you, like the relationship that you have with the community, especially the leaders? That's what I really want to know. Do you reach out to them to find out if they've heard about someone who's new in town and where they live? Because, there's a pool, like in UK, there's a registration. In UK, they know how many people live in a house. Is someone saying something?
Like, yes, that is why however we want to reach the people, we also respect people's privacy. You understand? So there are things that we can, at certain level, we can reach, which when you register with us, either an individual or as people.
But Mr. NJIE, you sensitize people to show them the importance of that, why they need to register. Because we have a lot of cases whereby someone died somewhere and we don't even know they're Gambians. We get to see it on social media. Anyway, we'll come to that. But it is very important that,
That is, yes, what I'm saying is, in fact, it's not like we don't sensitize people. Anywhere that is all, anywhere we attend, programs, been Gambian Week, been Independence Celebration, been whether it is sometimes when we have a small group like that with religious leaders or head of some of the communities, we sensitize people. That is why it is so important that people have to register, not individual, but also by association. If you have your association to register with the Gambia High Commission, because it's not like you can, this is a big country. It's not like you can just be looking for people from one street to another. But what people do as people in the diaspora or people in the foreign land, what you do when you arrive, the first thing is, the first point of call is after 1 or 2 to 3 days, whatever you can do, but ensure that you register with your High Commission. So when you form an association also, it's the same thing. Because so that when you write to the mission, you say, we have registered, this is the Gambia, Gambian Association, either in Slough, either in Manchester, either in Glasgow, because we have attended all this. We have been to Slough, we have been to Manchester, we have been to Glasgow, Nottinghamshire, Mr. TOURAY have just admitted, and Mr. SONKO can attest to our, attendance, some of the program in Birmingham, Coventry, Leeds, and all those things, and even today, as I was saying earlier, Mr. TOURAY was just in a funeral in Manchester. All these things, it's because we are in touch with those head of the communities. So if we are not in touch with the head of the community, it's always difficult for people to have that relationship with them. So if we get in touch with them, that cordial relationship. So far, the one that we are in touch with, the relationship is very cordial, and it's really helpful, and we are very grateful for it. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll add to that a little bit before I jump to Mr. Sonko. But you think it would be very fair, just like when you have the landing card, when they give you a landing card to write whatever you have to write there, it would have been fair to have for you to have a dialogue with the immigration system or the UK government to have something that tells people that when you get into the country, register. Some people know, but not everyone knows. I just got a message from someone saying, Fatmata, thank you for this show, but this is news to me. We didn't even know we have to register with our embassy. You see, we're going to get a lot of that, but we'll come back to you.
No, I will clarify that also. You know, that is why you don't rely on the British immigration. Rely on immigration, your own immigration from Banjul. Issue you a passport. Read what is in your own passport, and look at the regulations. The British immigration or the Home Office here cannot tell our High Commission that this is a Gambian national, or this is what we have here, or this is a list. It's just like when they travel to our country also. When they travel to our country, what they do is they also go to their own High Commission to register. So this is clearly stated in the Gambian passport. It is clearly stated in the Gambian passport that if you arrive in a foreign land, ensure that you register with your High Commission or Consular section.
Okay, thank you,
So
Mr. Sonko.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Njai. Mr. Sonko.
I mean, I could back what Mr. Njai was just saying. It is very difficult to get these people registering. And from the other people's point of view too, they don't know that they should register with the embassy. But let me put it this way. If you are in a country, once you're in that country, there are certain things that you know that they are obligatory to you, or you need to do them. That is, you have to find a GP because of your health. One day you might be sick. These are some of the things that we should find out. Is there a Gambian association? Can I register with this Gambian association in case something happens tomorrow? I don't know most of these things in this country because I'm new to this country. What should I do to know most? You ask people. Are these things in existence? Is there an association? How do you go about registering with your association? How about the embassy? This is for your own benefit. The embassy would not know that this person is in the country at this time. Now, I'm not just saying this to bag, Mr. Njai, the Deputy High Commissioner, but I mean, this is the fact. Now, since we just, to move on to another point, the things that are happening in this country or in other cities, they mirrors exactly what we have in Birmingham, what we have in Coventry, and everything. So therefore, we try to tackle these things in different ways. The Gambian Association has a mission since it was formed. Now, the mission of the Gambian Association is to improve the quality of life of the Gambians in Birmingham, the community in which we live, and further afield. That is the Gambia. Now, we do this. Normally, if you come to a country, you don't only come to the country just to settle. There are opportunities in this country that you need to reap the benefits of those opportunities. Now, without knowing the proper channels, you won't be able to do it. Now, the Gambian Association is here to improve the quality of life. Now, of the Gambians, we do this through so many projects, through education, through sports, through health, through better accommodation. Now, this is just to name a few. There are so many programs that we run, even after school classes for kids during the summer holidays, we do that. Adult education classes, we do that. We found out that there were some Gambians from other parts of Europe starting to come to the UK, and they couldn't speak a word of English, some of them. So then we said that our community needs this. We organized an adult education class and started to teach these people how to speak the basic English so that they will be able to go out with their duties or the things that they want to do. Because if you cannot speak the language, you will not be able to function properly in this country. You and your kids will not be able to reap the benefits that this country has to offer. Now, we don't do this alone. We collaborate with so many institutions, both statutory and the private agencies, even the Gambian High Commissioner. We consult them on so many things that we do with the help of Mr. Njai, Mr. Blaine, and all the other staffs at the embassy. We try to solve so many problems that we cannot. We also we collaborate with the police, Birmingham City Council. We find funds from different places. because it is very hard to put funds together from our people. That is to put money and say that we are going to run these projects for our people. Sometimes it's impossible because we know how to survive in this country ain't that easy. So we try to lobby government, funding agencies, and so forth to try and then run this project. Now, as you were saying to Mr. NJIE that some of these people should register, that is true, but we need to pull resources together so that we'll be able to do this properly. The embassy alone would not be able to do it. They have to reach out, which they are doing, to different associations in order to help them get these people on board. Show them the ways, show them there's a registration. These things are to be done. Without that, the people won't know. That comes under sensitization. So I'll stop there for now and allow my colleagues to go ahead.
Okay. We're still on registration. I have just picked up a comment that says that is there an online registration system, which is very important because now we live in an era of like technology where everyone is doing stuff online. Is there an online registration system? That is to be NJIE. Is there any?
No. What in fact is of recent that we started that we have already designed the form, for people to register online. I will tell you one thing also. Our people sometimes they are a bit complicated, but you don't blame them sometimes because of recent we had these people trying to seek for some information. Somebody asked us, "Why do you have to know my information?" I said, "But you are a Gambian national. What do you have you read what is in your passport? And now you are in a foreign land, and the foreign land knows every detail of what is in you, every step you move, from your bank accounts to your GP or health and all those. But we still don't want your own countrymen to know just to know your address, your name and your address, and we have one. So absolutely, that form has been designed. It's just a matter of starting it as soon as possible."
Thank you. All right.
Yes.
I hope that answers your question, Pa Usman Cham. I hope that answers your question. All right. MOMODOU NJIE, Huddersfield. Mute. You're on mute, Mr. NJIE.
Is that okay?
Yes, you're on now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Fatou. Concerning about this registration, we are all Gambians. Sometimes we know ourselves. Some people can be very difficult, just about a little on what the Deputy High Commissioner stated. Some people, they have different perception when it comes to this registration. They know it. Some people know, some people don't know. But some people have the fear or the belief in them that, okay, based on their immigration status, they don't want to disclose their information to the government embassy, believing that maybe that might be used against them in future. So, because I spoke to somebody who told me something like this, because that is his belief, and to me also, I never knew that the associations can register with the Gambian embassy. Of course, I know individual can register, but not the association. So, thank you very much, the High Commissioner, for making me to understand that, which is going to be very helpful because we have our association here. Then I can reach to our community that we need to do this. So in future, so whatever happen, whatever we need, we can be in contact with the Gambian High Commissioner.
Can I come in there, Mr. NJIE? Can I just interrupt you 1 minute?
Yeah.
You stated that people are in fear that when they go to the High Commission or anywhere and tell people their status or their whereabouts in the country, it can be used against them. But don't you think the embassy should build that trust between them and the community so that they wouldn't think like that? That's one point. The second point is, have you as community leaders push it so far to the extent to make these people understand the importance of being registered or their whereabouts known into the country in case something happens in the future?
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, of course. In fact, I spoke to a couple of people about this. But the problem is, like I said, Gambians sometimes we are very, very difficult. We are very difficult, especially when it comes to issues like this. We are very sensitive. We are very careful. Some people having to believe because they don't want to ask. They don't want to ask, so they cannot know. If you don't ask something, you will not know. So they don't want to ask. That's where you guys
come in. That's where you guys come in. You guys should give more information out there. People need the information. They don't know. They don't know the importance. Like an elderly person come into the UK or America or Sweden and doesn't know the importance why her whereabouts should be known. This person is not educated. She needs to be educated about it.
Yes, of course we know that, but also that's a problem. Like some Gambians don't have like a trust in their own Gambian embassy. They feel like, oh, these people are not doing nothing for us.
Now tell Mr. NJIE that's his job here today. He needs to know
this. That is my brother, Mr. NJIE, the High Commissioner. And you know, when it comes to also this registration, even to bring some Gambians on board in our various associations, it's very, very difficult as well. You have to work hard. You have to chase them. You have to talk to them in a regular basis before you convince them. Because some people will just want to be on their own. They just want to be left on their own. They don't want to associate themselves with the Gambian community, thinking that tomorrow that's going to bring them problems. So some people don't have confidence in general when it comes to, coming together as a society or community.
All right, AJIE, I'll come back to you, Mr. NJIE. AJIE Kumba SOSSEH, sorry. Your take on what we have just discussed at the moment.
Thanks, Fatima. My take on this issue, Fatima, is like Mr. NJIE just mentioned, the Gambian associations in UK, they are very, very, very difficult to get people in the association, number one. And number two is the High Commission, I think it's their responsibility to try and know where their people are. Even though we're supposed to register, we all should know that. Like Mr. NJIE said, if we are Gambians and we have our passports, we should be responsible enough to know what is in it. That's a fact we all have to bear in mind. And the other thing is, the Gambian High Commission, they have to make a move. They have to try and interact with us. Because if they don't interact with us, where will we go? Problems occur all the time. People die, people get ill, there are mental illness issues and so many things. And unfortunately, you'll be a Gambian. If you're not used to the system, you will not know where to go, what to do, whilst your embassy is there for you. So my take in this is, I think the embassy has to find a way. Well, this is a start, what we're doing now. They can collaborate with you, Fatima, like they're doing now. I don't know how long this will go, but I think this has to be a regular thing, which we can rely on. At least we will be informed. And most of us, we know that Gambian people, if you don't tell them, they won't know, and they won't go and dig in. About that trust, Mr. NJIE touched earlier as well, we have to build that trust because we know that's our nature. We don't just trust somebody overnight, especially when you are a Gambian like us. We have to used to you before we can trust you. And how can we get used to you? Only because we have to build a system there that we can rely on. Pa Ousmane Cham asked about the online system. Why can't we set up a forum or something that we can always go there and check if we need any information? They shouldn't wait until we ask them for it. They have to have that provision in place. That's what I think. And also, they have to bear in mind about the GDPR. You know, data protection is out there. We have to think about it because anybody, has the right to refuse to give Fatima their information or anybody else at the embassy. You know, especially, you know, I'm not being silly or anything, but you know, they will think about the professionalism. Today, if you go to the bank, you will be confident enough that your information will be protected.
Yes.
If you go to the embassy or you call them, you know, the response you'll have on the other end will be so negative that will you be confident enough to give them your information? I don't think so. There are so many things they need to work on, you know, to establish that trust between the embassy and the Gambian community in the UK. That's what I think.
Very good point there, AJIE, but let me go back a little bit. It's a two-way system as well, because in as much as you said that they have to reach out, the embassy have to reach out, you guys do have to reach out to them. Because he mentioned earlier that he normally they do go to places when they're invited, but they cannot just get up and go if they're not invited, because I'm sure there are some associations, they don't even invite them because they have this perception that if we invite them, they will not come. So what can we do to change that mindset of people? Because I think this is one of our problems here. People have this belief that when I engage these people, they will not. So what can we do to break that barrier between the community and the embassy?
Fatima, the Gambian associations within the country, that's the secondary thing. Because the High Commission is here before the embassy, before the Gambian Association. Because Gambian Association is a community thing to look out for each other, right? And it is difficult enough to get people into the associations. So what I think we should do is, sorry, I have to refer to my notes.
Because the lack of trust that you are talking about between people and them is the same lack of trust that people have with associations.
Yeah, that's why I said the association is a secondary thing. Yeah. But before we talk about the association, we have to establish that relationship between the community and the High Commission. Because Fatima, when something happens to me, my first concern is my family.
Yes.
And when we talk about Gambia, who is our family? The High Commission is the first place we run to.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the High Commission that has to collaborate with the Gambian associations and give them that opportunity to build up the trust within the association. Because today, if you want to look for AJIE KOMBEH, if you come to Coventry Gambian Association, for sure you will see me.
Yes.
Because at least one member will be able to tell you AJIE KOMBEH lives so and so place. But the High Commission, if you want to identify me there, you will look for me forever. Because they don't know me, I don't know you, I don't know them. You know, so what I think we should do, Fatima, is I think the Gambian High Commission, they have to set up a platform. This is fine because this one is a start, yeah. But they have to set up put something in place that people will be referring to. Because now, if I go online and I know that the Gambian High Commission, this is what the provision they have for us. Yeah, I click a button, all the information comes up. I will be able to do whatever I want to do to reach out to them instead of calling them, because sometimes you can call them forever without nobody picked up the phone.
I've got a lot of messages saying that. Yes, go on.
Because I personally experienced that. I have called them, and that's just a couple of months ago. But you'll be calling forever, no response. You know, so if I can reach anybody, I'm sure if I leave a message online, somebody eventually might get back to me, you know. So now, what can we do? We have to try and build that trust. Okay. We have to try and the High Commission to collaborate with local communities, local Gambian community, at least to make, you know, Fatima, the other day I heard about a Gambian who passed away, and there wasn't any Gambian there. It's the Pakistani people that has to take it on board to bury that woman. You know, that's when I heard that, it broke my heart. And I'm just trying to give you an example. Things like that. We have to make that provision, put it in place so that whatever happens, we have to refer to the Gambian High Commission to help us, because that's why they're here.
That's right. Okay. Mr. Cham, Uncle Tayyib Cham, ko yaa ngi dégg suñu waxtaan bi lan mooy sa contribution towards lii ak lan mooy sa xalaat la li ci mën a yokka si fi ñu toll nii ci waxtaan bi. Unmute. Okay. All right. Waaw may ma tuuti Mr. Cham ma ñëw rek fii laal tuuti mbokk yi ñeen mu jot a dugg si bokk ci programme bi tey di seetaan tey programme bi ñu def nii dañ ko indi pour am suñu embassy bi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo ñëw toog tey pour waxtaan ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy ñu ngi dox ci community bi di xam lan la Gambien si di jonkuwanteel tey waxtaan bi yëpp loolu la di delluwaat nag di riid nag benn comment am na ku daal di wax foofu ne dëkk na fi I have lived here for donkey's years and I don't even know who these people are sitting there and dinaa dugg ci loolu ci kanam loolu li ñoo def ni tamit lu baax la parce que tey nit ñi tey xam nañ ñen yéen ay ñan ak si lan ngeen a taxawal réew mi ak yëpp so lii lu baax la tamit it's a good thing Uncle Tayyib ñu bàyyi la nga wax Idrissa are you still here with us? I can't see Idrissa anymore. Right, I guess Idrissa is taking a break from it for now. All right, Mr. Cham, Tayyib Cham.
Sayyidah Fatima, raising a very important point which we can develop yaatal ko jéema jàng lan mooy barrière bi nekk diggante diplomatic mission bi ak community bi li may wax rek moo di ne jànguma angale waaye yéen jàng angale da ngeen a wax ne journey of 1,000 miles began at benn step. When you start one step, that means you already started the journey. When we started today, we have planted a seed which we should maintain to build network, dialogue, and sensitizing the people. First of all, we have to tackle, first of all, the grassroots of the problem. Bala nga ñëw fii dafa am foo jógee mooy citizen nga it's a duty of every citizen am na right pour government educate la the old problem li ñoo wax dama gis ne lack of civil education la nit ki bala mooy tukki war naa xam duty ak responsibility as a citizen. Fekkoon loolu amoon na good sensitization since the Gambia nit ki bu egsee fii moom ci boppam mooy xam ne suma warigar la pour ma contact embassy bi pour war a register, not only register with the embassy itself. The soil of embassy is belonging to you. ALIUE can justify that in the diplomatic rule and regulation. Any crime someone will commit on any crime, run into the embassy, and would ben authority have right protection. The embassy is belonging to the nation. It's belonging to the citizens. Ñàkk ku bee xam nag loolu ni ma koy gisee mooy lack of civic education pour citizen Gambien si ba tax na war na ñu reverse and reassess our education standard pour mun a benefit doomi Gambien yi nga xam ne ñoo nekk bitim réew loolu laa ci mun a yokk at the present time.
Fatou yaa ngi mute.
Hello, hello. It was me. Waa jërëjëf de man maa mute toog sama boppa maa ngi wax rek Mr. Aliou Njie.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry about that. It was from my end. What I was trying to say there is, of course, you heard what these people have to say. Now that Edie
Yes.
has just joined us again, let's hear what Edie have to say before you can come in again and say what you have to say. Edie, sorry guys.
So let me apologize for that little technical glitch I had earlier.
It's okay.
Yeah, I've missed some of the contributions from the panelists earlier, but I was fortunate enough to have listened to Mr. Njai and so many others before I dropped off. I would like to acknowledge, like he said, registering with the High Commission is something that needs to be encouraged. But there are, like everybody stated, there are other issues within our communities, for example, whether it is individual preference or limitations, those things exist. And I think I'm grateful that you were able to ask that question about the mode of registration, whether it could be online or do we have to get there in person, and or whether it could be done over telephone. But that has been clarified. But then what I would suggest is for the High Commission to work with individual community groups to strengthen us. Then we could have a way of registering our members at the association level or the city levels. Then we can probably link with them at to form a central database. I am aware of the data protection issues and individual preferences, but there are other issues which are challenges as Gambians we need to overcome, and some of them sadly is attitudinal, because often even within our own communities is often when people are experience death or they've got a baby or something like that is when they really want to reach out to the community. And the communities, the volunteers are limited as well. So it is quite a difficulty. At our own level in Nottingham, we are trying to create that data of some sort, because we realize we experience with community deaths. And then often it becomes an issue to look after the family when they lost a dear person, because often there is money that is involved. And at community level, we try to support each other to do it, but we realize, you know what, we really need to create a database. Let's ask Gambians to come who are within our community to register and declare themselves as Gambians, because sometimes that will come to anybody. It does come to some people that we don't actually know, and then often it becomes slightly embarrassing for the community that some people are living within our community when we don't actually know them because they don't identify themselves as Gambians. So it is important that some sort of a database is created, whether it is at the High Commission level, which probably will be a role for the state to do, But at community level as well, we need to encourage Gambians to really come out and reach out to their individual community associations to identify themselves and also register. I think that is the key thing.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Mr. ALIUE.
Yes, thank you very much. As Imam said, this is every journey start with one step, and this is one of those things. You know, there are so many people who probably have not read what is in their passports and know some of their responsibilities. You know, these are things that people should be aware. But I will come to that again concerning the registration, because individual registration, the essence, you have to register. When you register, we give you what we call a councillor card. So far, those who have registered, you register with, and then the High Commission will give you a councillor card. So that councillor card it will always be in your possession. That will help you know, if you not to carry your Gambian passport, it's always in your possession. Whatever happens, you can present the councillor card. The other issue also at the sometimes when some Gambians travel from the Gambia, you come to the airport, you get stuck. You know, the immigration, they call us and then say, oh, this Gambian is here. He either doesn't know where he is going to, or there is no one who is to receive him. And then you find out that most of them, they cannot even speak English. So we have to dispatch someone to go there straight away to the airport and then come and then, interview the person, know what the person and where the person is going. And we help the person to communicate with whoever is coming to pick him or her. So these are issues that always happen. I come to my sister, AJIE KOMBEH, that, yes, you mentioned someone died and then there was no Gambian who was there. This lady, we all know she passed away for the last 2 months, and we have been following up the issues. The issue was to repatriate her to the Gambia. But when it gets to a certain level whereby it was not possible, the family themselves said, okay, now as long as there are people, let them just bury her in there. But then it's just privacy. I don't want to dwell much into this because she is married to a British, that is a white man. And then at the burial, they said they only need 5 people. And then it is the husband, who is a British, who decide how many people should be there. And then so he was able to mobilize only his family members. And then the guy who was there for us, that is Baba Dabo, also, because it was so prompt, because it's just the same day he told us that, oh, this guy he has to be buried today. It was so prompt. So Baba delegated at least one of the ladies to attend. And I think that was the lady who took the picture and said, oh, it's only Asian. I don't want to mention him. But definitely that was the issue. It's not like Gambian. I think that is very un-Gambian, because Gambians always, whatever the case may be, somebody pass away, they are always there. However, the case, I have attended several funerals and all those things. Imam Tayyeb can attest to that. With regards to visiting communities, registration of community, association is also important, simply because we have files for people who registered with us. These files are there. Sometimes there are NGOs, there are charity organizations. We say, oh, this is what I have, and this is what I want to do in the Gambia. How do I go about it? So instead of sometimes listening with the institution in the Gambia, you can say, oh, okay, we check the file. We say, oh, this association, either in Birmingham or either in Slough or either in Manchester, they deal with this kind of issue. So you can we make sure we liaise with them, with those people, they get in contact with them, so that, instead of going directly to the Gambia, they can deal with these people, and then these people can take it from there, building of clinics, some schools, charity organizations and all those things. So they do, they do it. So the associations, we have been visiting cities, big cities in the United Kingdom. High Commissioner himself has been anywhere that, invitation has been extended, he attends. Myself, I'll tell you last time when it was Gambia Independence Celebration. There are different. So we need to distribute us. What we did was to distribute us. The same day, I moved to Slough. Slough, the celebration starts 9 o'clock. Before it finished, it was 12 o'clock. I have to jump from Slough, came to Paddington. I went to Birmingham. We went to Birmingham, they had this association. Before they finished, it was 5 o'clock a.m. From Birmingham, I have to, I stayed with someone up to around 8 o'clock. I jumped the train again. I went to Watford. Somebody died, so I have to be there. So in fact, at Watford, while I was seated, people were even, praying. I was sleeping because it's like the whole night you have to be moving from one place to another. You can only attend if you are told and if you know the association. So and then like Birmingham, Nottinghamshire, Huddersfield, Slough, Scotland. The other time we attended even the Gambian Day in the celebration in Scotland. So people have to come on board. We have to know where people are, simply because that is why I said the responsibility does not lie. We cannot do it all. We will try, but also we need the support, from everyone. Like how Imam TAYEB is helping us. Because even if you don't attend, if he attend, he said he greetings from the Gambia High Commission. You understand? These are some of the things. So these are the ambassadors. Everybody is an ambassador. Every government national, as long as you leave your country, you are in a foreign land, you are an ambassador, simply because what you do reflect whatever you do here, whether it is good, most particularly if it is a good thing, people say it's a Gambian. If it is a bad thing, the first thing they will say is a Gambian. So like a Gambia, sir, when you do things, if you do things, they will say Adomi Fatimala. You understand? So, but then here, they don't even mention your mom or your dad or whatever. What they say is, he is a Gambian. Yeah. He's a Gambian. So that is so paramount. That is so paramount that people have to be, make sure that we get in touch with them. I'll give you an example. This is just, it's because it's part of the discussion. I know you don't have much time. This is part of the discussion. But when I was going to school in Nigeria in the 90s, we are just students studying the whole night. All of a sudden, we saw police. They came, I and my brother, and then they came. When they came, they took us. They took us to the police station. When they took us to the police station, this guy said, we are there from morning till in the afternoon, just to cut story short. So while we are there, they have nothing to do with us. So the head of the police came in the afternoon around 2 o'clock. He said, what are these people doing here? They said, oh, somebody reported them here. I think they stole their antennas. We have never done that. Student, what can we do? The man said, where are you from? He told we are from one state. I said, no, we are from the Gambia. He told the other police officer, can you release these people? I studied with Gambians in police academy in Kaduna, but I've never seen a Gambian thief. You see that? You see how that would help you. You understand? Because you never know where it was going to end. And we have not committed any crime. But he said, no, I have never seen a Gambian thief. These are just side people. Can you just release them? Go. You see those kind of things. But that's one of those things, but people have to be in touch with the office. We are ready also to meet every Gambian, every corner, anywhere you are. We are always ready to meet them. The telephone that you are saying, I think maybe probably it was just within a short period because we are migrated. We are 92 Ledbury Road and we migrated to 57 Kensington. So during this period, when we move also, there was change of telephone numbers and change of companies and all those. So we had some hitches. But what we did was...
Can I come in there? Don't you think it would have been really fair to send newsletters out there to people to know that you guys are moving? See, the communication is the problem.
I think that is where the problem is. I think if you don't look at what is on our website, or Imam and most of the, how do you call Mr. TOURAY and the rest, all of them, SONKO, they are all aware that we have what we call even a WhatsApp group that we can get in touch with all the association and head of the communities and religious leaders. All these things, anything that goes this
in that case then, you guys are doing your fair share. So then I would say the rest of the people sitting there are the ones that are failing us then. If you're saying it is there, you have communicated to the right people that you're supposed to communicate to, so but they're not communicating with us.
No. It's not like the community leaders will have not done. They are doing a great job, fantastic job, because everything that we do,
but people are not aware, Mr. NJIE. People are not aware. They're blaming the embassy.
Yeah, obviously those things you cannot, obviously those things happen. People can. We just have to, every criticism help people to get solutions. It helps us to get the solutions. You understand? When people say, "Oh, you are not doing this," we say, "Oh, let's adjust in this area." Communication distance. But people also should know our website, know where to get the telephone number, the Gambia High Commission in London, because everything is there. When you move, you are moving from this place to this place, everything is, is set. But if people just want to, how do you call it, think that you can, if you don't call, you cannot get. If you call, I did not get. Sometimes it's not like you understand. You also get to the online and check what's there.
Okay, and I will add a suggestion and a question. It's
not a defend. I'll cover it. It's not defending. What I'm saying is those are the information that we have. You understand? Those are the information that keep floating and all those, and then we really appreciate and we are grateful to the people, the head of the community and religious leaders in this country.
Okay.
Imam Tayyeb is one of them. Absolutely.
Since time is against us, and I want to go round again, I'll add this. Is there any chance, or have you guys ever sit down to think about what the presidents usually do back home, like Meet the People tour? Because that way, I'm thinking the embassy should be doing something like that. Call the community and say, okay, this weekend or this week or so and so and so, we want to meet people. Not wait for you to be invited for like an independence celebration or someone have died or someone. No, you guys need to do a Meet the People tour. I think it is very important you do that. And the second one is, can I just land? And the second one is about this burial issue. People dying and, they don't have the support that they need. All right, in the case of this woman that we talked about, who have a husband that is white, what about the family? Someone whose husband is a Gambian, they cannot afford it. And people have this perception. Let's make this clear. And you're here to answer the questions. People have this perception that, lan la fi suñu embassy bi njëriñ, ñu ngi toog foofu, nit deena, jàppale wuñ ñu. We see people doing GoFunds. We see people doing all sorts to try to get somebody back home in the Gambia. So I want to know the financial stability of the embassy to help people, because it's very important here we discuss it today, because we have the perception that you people you're sitting on a lot of money and you just don't want to help people out there. So it is very good that we're having this today so that you can explain what you have and what you don't have, so that at least we will come to an understanding. Yes, come in, Mr. Njai.
Thank you very much once again. In terms of this financial stability, is the financial muscles, I'll tell you, is not there for us to take that kind of responsibility. And what we have is very limited. If Mr. SONKO can remember very well, when the wall fell to some Gambians in Birmingham, we went there, and then the little that we had, we tried to at least give some support to the family. It is not there like you can repatriate the whole corpse to the Gambia and all those things. Only speaking with you, or on the issue of meeting the people's store, at least I don't think whether it is fair enough to compare that with the president meet the people's store, because
it's not. I'm just a suggestion. That's why I said it's a suggestion.
Because the people so there are big cities. He knows, okay, if you leave Banjul, next stop is Farafenni. Farafenni, then you go to Georgetown, Bansam.
If you try it, it can happen.
No, because at least these cities are there. But this one is not like Gambians specifically are they are in a particular city, but then this is association. And association, you can only write to them and say, we are coming to see you, if you know that association exists.
Yes.
You know that if it exists, yes, if it exists, we can also write, oh, okay, this one is this association is registered here. Oh, we want to come and see you people. We want to, enlighten you on what the role of the embassy is, and we want to know what are your problems. You people have to come forward when we visit them. Also, the little time that we have, the little gathering, or few gatherings that we attend, also people we always want to capitalize on that and then tell them what are the the roles of the High Commission and what can we do for people. But as you see, if you listen all of them, all the panelists, the panelists that are here, they are aware of the responsibility that people have to do and the responsibility of the High Commission. We cannot shy away from that. That is totally out of it. We are part of it and we have to take it. Yes.
Thank you. We'll have Mr. Sonko on now. Mr. Sonko?
Well, I could side with Mr. ALIUE on some, and then I could add more. But for the benefit of all the people who are listening to us, I might be going in and out of English and Wolof.
Yes, please, because I have got people commenting that why can't we do this in our local language?
In our local language.
Yes.
Now, for the embassy, are the embassy doing anything for the Gambians in the UK? Yes. Can they do better? Yes. There's a lot much to do. Because whatever you do, there are other issues that you cannot resolve. And this you can do in collaboration with the community, and you can do in collaboration with the associations as well. Now, to be fair with the embassy, we've been liaising with the embassy since Mr. NJIE stepped in as the Deputy High Commissioner. All these years, anything that we wanted to do, normally we inform them that this is what we want to do. How can you guys help? Are you able to help? Or if you cannot help, can you direct us? And they normally do. I can show you lots of correspondence that we have between us and the embassy. As associations, can we do more? Yes, we can do more. We've been doing a lot because we've been here since in the early 90s. So I have seen a lot of things that are happening. But another thing again, Gambians should take responsibility of so many of these things. Lead and Kowara as a collaboration between the Gambians, association bi, ak Gambian embassy bi. Ñun tam dañoo wara luñ soxla, nit ki li nga soxla xam nga ko, li nga bëgg xam nga ko. So contacté embassy bi amuloo ko nga ne xaaral ma dellu si association bi ndax dinaa mën a am embassy bi through these associations. Mënuma dem si website yi Gambian embassy bi they am so many of these things. But there is more web traffic. Si suñ ñun yëpp association si I bet man I'm speaking for ourselves. Ne suñ association bi am na a website whereby there are so many stuff in there. People can click on it and see. Fi mu nekk nii man su ma bëggoon dara Google or so many things that I don't know dama xam naa fu maa dem. Most people are aware ne association si fii ñu fi te am nañ ay nakal tuddaa fi am nañ ay website. Why don't they go there? ñu gis ne ndax some of these questions guys dinañ mën a am answer si foofu noonu. There are so many things yoo xam ne dinañ ko mën a am suñu website si. Why not? Before coronavirus be here, we were liaising with the High Commissioner to make a database because most people mënuñoo read this embassy because they are confidential things, as the panel mentioned. There are so many issues why these people are not reaching the embassy because of their status, their immigration status. Gambia Association Bank, there are 1,001 immigration issues you have to solve. Embassy could bear that. Individuals see some of them could text you because these are confidential things. I cannot say individuals see that help 9 Why 1,001 things from lawyers, from social issues, from burials, sometimes then they have problem with collection. We've been every time Imam is in them, then they preach. These burial groups in it. None try we have a benevolent phone bo xamne su nit deyee dinañ mëna repatriate body bi or dinañ mëna contribute towards loolu. Try nañ ba sona but these things are not happening. Suñ ne diw deena dañoo seet fan la ñoo amee xaalis fii fan la ñoo amee xaalis fële pour daw kafung ko def. Those things cannot work. Fuñ jaar rek am a programme am a system boo xam ne there is something in the coffers boo xam ne su emergency xewee we will be able to tap it. Those things communicate nañ ko suñ website communicate nañ ko suñ meetings yi imam saa yu dañu ci dëj.
Foofu noonu Mr. Sonko foofu noonu problem bi day happen mooy a lot of people then lose trust because of communication bi ngeen am yéen ak nit ñi because léegi suñ ne all right let's start saving pour électricité su dëj amee wala li am wala li am. Next thing you know you have another meeting association meeting ñu dégg ne xaalis bi de from 10,000 pounds, them down to 1,000 pounds. And there will be no explanation to where that money has gone. So Ninji, they don't feel fofune, all right, why do I put my money in there and I don't even know where the money is going? And at the same time, there is a division between leaders in association to the extent they am their own groups. You have one group here siding with this person, the other group siding with this person. So you see, communication be for now is a key problem here. And the trust. I think you know what is to do with the trust as well. You know what, Mr. Sonko? So got to remember them to Mr. NJIE because I think time is against us now. But we're getting there. We definitely have to come back here. We definitely have to come back here again.
So if you're going to distrust somebody, you got to challenge the person. Pour gis ne kooku def na loo xam ne danga ko war a distrust. Why do am the concept of I cannot trust somebody without that somebody doing you wrong, or nga gis ne somebody dafa def something wrong in the past boo xam ne dinga ko mën a judge. So this is prejudice. So buñ di toog rek judge yow tey nga ne trust to Loma, you are not going to put anything in those funds. But when someone from the family died, you come straight to us. What will you call that? So those of these things happen nañ man gis naa xam ne ñu si community bi ñoo xam ne dañoo down associations and everything duñ join si associations, they don't communicate to these associations. But as soon as something happens, the first port of call is the associations, which is not fair. We have to be fair to ourselves. We have to be honest to ourselves. You can always challenge these associations. Association bi nekkul ne ñi ko ron ñoo ko moom. Challenge the associations. I'm on website. You can go onto this website, register, ask questions, take the phone, take telephone calls, telephone numbers, position. All those things are there to guide you. Yeneen community leaders ñu fa. Always mun nga leen a laaj lan la ñoo war a def naka la ñoo war a defee lii to break that barrier. Waaye barrier bi ñun duñ ko mun a break foog ñu àndaa nit ñi. Let us support it. Nañ bugante seet ne li ñoo def suñ ko bokkee ñun yëpp is going to work. But as individuals, we divide suñ boppa. It's not going to go. Challenge us. Ba pare suñ website yi ñu fa. Like the TRRC, Bunfi last year, Mr. Njai come to us and gave us this. Then all community leaders, or all these other communities, associations, you pull heads together and make sure that I'm a successful meeting. Anything we did, anything we am TRRC bubu contributions or whatever, yet definitely see associations website, even accounts and so forth. Let people go to these websites and ask questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Sonko, for that. MOMODOU NJIE, HUDDERSFIELD. MOMODOU dafa mute. MOMODOU yaa mute de. Acha MOMODOU.
Right. Thank you very much, Fatou, once again. You know, like Lamin said, we cannot leave everything in the hand of the High Commissioner. The embassy will play their quotas, but we as society, we as individual Gambians, as a community, we should also take responsibility of certain things if we want to move forward. We're talking about this trust. You know, it's very difficult because some people, like, they base their, decision based on the past experience they have. Like before, some community, they form association, eventually the money is all disappeared. And nobody will take the responsibility to challenge those community leaders. And the community leaders also will not even give any explanation where this money is spent. And that is another frustration that make other people not to have confidence and even joining this association. So that's a very difficult thing that we need to work on as a society, as a community, so that we can bring this trust back and get Gambians on board. But also to make Gambians even to contribute £5 monthly is big problem. Very big problem. And
but why
any
is that?
association.
Why is that? Why do you think that's the case?
Like I said, it can be because they don't trust the management. That is a possibility. But also people don't just they just don't feel to, be part of an association. Giving their money, they don't just want to be part of it. You know, so that is a very difficult challenging thing to Gambian society nowadays. So to me, let me take my community here as a big example. Before we have a problem, but now our association is doing very, very well. Of course, we don't register with the Gambian High Commissioner yet because it's not up to our knowledge. But these 2-3 years, we are doing very well, fantastic well, and we are making progress because we are giving support to, especially when somebody dies in our society, in our community here, we're giving them support that we need to. And we have not too much fund, but we have a fund there that we can tap to give support to Gambians, especially in the time they need it. So, but still, we're facing a lot of challenges to bring some Gambians on board because they don't just want to join us. We keep following them, we keep talking to them, we convince them, we do everything in the form of transparency. The proof is there for them to see, but still now they feel reluctant to join us. So this is very difficult. This is Gambian mentality, and it's not easy to bring them on board. But I think that Gambian High Commissioner right now, they are doing very well. I'm not saying they are doing 100% well to satisfy Gambians, but I think they are doing very well because previously, currently what they are doing previously was not happening. To be honest, I experienced some things like that. Right now, you see Gambian High Commission moving, meeting Gambian community in Birmingham in different places. I follow them. Previously it wasn't happening. So we can see that they are making effort. Yeah. So it's up to we, the Gambian society, we the Gambians as a whole, to also play our quotas. We take our responsibility. We cannot leave everything in there because they might not have the resources to do all. Mm-hmm. Like the High Commissioners, Deputy High Commissioners say, they have only limited resources. But we as an association, we can play our quotas to make things happening.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, Madelu Wadrek, Mr. ALIUE Mohon Alia, every Gambian is an ambassador. Pour doole li nga wax rek Mr. Modou Ndiaye loolu dëgg la ko dafa mel ni embassy bi ñu ngi try so nit ñi tam ñoo war a try waaye ba léegi rek ma dama feel ne it is time to challenge them and it is time yéen ñun ñoo leen war a challenge yéen community leaders yi su ko defee yéen ngeen challenge the embassy but it looks like maybe changes am na yéen a ngee wane changes am na but I mean they really need to hear what people are saying because you are there speaking for the people aji ko bezo se ñu ñëw ci yow su ko defee si ba jógee dem si Idi dem si Mr. TAYEB CHAM dem si Idi pare ñëwaat si Mr. Ndiaye ñu daal di tëj because foog ñu continue ko because there is a lot we haven't even touched yet. This is just
before Fatou, before you go to AJIE, what I'm going to appeal is we have to continue this because it's a wider issue that we need to treat. We need to talk about a lot that is affecting Gambians in diaspora. A lot, ranging of even tribalism. It's very important that we talk about.
Don't touch it now because if you touch it, the guy will not go your next session. Then you can know. So bye for no, Mr. Njai. They will just ask who has tribalism there. Who's more feel? Nobody like you.
So mental health, mental health, and even some of the information like what Gambians need from their embassy. Sometimes the embassy also need to make some things easier for them to access. So all these are issues, immigration. All these are issues that we need to talk about that are affecting Gambians.
Okay,
all right then. Okay.
No problem.
AJIE KOMBEH. AJIE.
Hello.
Wow.
Fatima. Mr. Njai lim wax nonu tam make na sense. Torop sax. Why man dama foog ne fi mu nekk we should be focusing on solutions because xam nañ ne problem the major problem we having mooy dañ am communication breakdown because man everything lu Mr. Njai wax I've never been aware of it. Waa léegi nag man li ma xelaat mooy bala ñoo waste time te ñu ngi yaa ngi bëgg a ñu defaat yeneen sessions nañ concentrate ci solutions yi rek nga xam ne dina mun a help Gambian embassy bi ndax ñun tamit embassy bi ndegem ñun la fi nekkal ñun tam ñoo war a try tamit ñu meet leen halfway. Waa léegi nag when it comes to repatriation boobu ñuy wax man li ma foog mooy xam naa ne am na benn organisation already xaw ma naka la tudda sax Sutura Bereavement Fund la tudda run by Mohamed Gassama and I think Mohamed Sarr Imam Mohamed Sarr as well. How about Gambian High Commissioner? You collaborate ak ñooñu because this system is already in place. Why can't they collaborate with them? Because it's quite reasonable. I'm looking at it. It's an yearly fee of £60. Nga xamne dina at least challenges yi ñoo am ci repatriation yeeg funerals yeeg dina make life quite easy for everybody. Ndax tam wax dëgg neex yàlla dunda am na solo torop waaye dee tam dina ñëw te kenn xamut kañ la dafa jar di sóoraale. man li ma foogoon mooy ñoom suñ jéemoon na collaborer te ñoom ba pare ñu communicate ko nag effectively ba nga xam ne Gambian community bi ñëpp dinañ ko dégga dinañ try ñu convince leen because Gambian bi I don't know why but foog nga convince ko even loo xam ne own benefit am la you have to convince her. It's amazing. I don't know why but something we have to just bear with ñu jéem a try rek exercise patience as much as we can ba pare ñu convince leen because lii dafa important ndax wax dëgg ne yàlla Fatima, whenever I see GoFundMe it breaks my heart. Understand nga te óor na ma ne ki tëdda ñuy koy try pour raisal fond tu jógoon loolu du ko neex. Understand waaye amuñ choice te li gën mooy sutura dafa important ci doomi Adama muy dunda rawatina mu dee. So foog naa ne Gambian High Commission bi daal man suma opinion mooy consider leen ngeen collaborate ak ñoom Imam Mohamed Gassama and Imam Mohamed Sarr ci seen bereavement fund boobu noonu. Leneen nag li ma am pour wax mooy tamit ndegem fi mu nekk trust ku nekk trust laa wax yéen try leen your level best the High Commission ngeen try ngeen seet naka ngeen build that bridge between you and us, the Gambian community. The Gambian association bi nag am na solo torop baax na torop ndax wax dëgg ne yàlla ñun we are doing very well in Coventry. The association is doing absolutely well. Why liñ war a def tamit mooy ñooñ luñ def very well is for us. Ñun dañ ko dee gis pour ñun la ñun waa Coventry. Understand? Why su fekkee ne all the associations all over UK ñoom seen bopp tamit we need to collaborate because Gambian bi lim war a def mooy trust mu build that trust between moom ak kim bokkal. Ñun suñ mënut a trust tante duñ mun a def ak keneen sax. Man tey mun naa dem deal ak Nigerian bi waaye lum neex ak success bu ma ci mun di am ma def ko ak ki ma bokkal moo ma ko gënal waaye nag soo amut pexe mënuloo ko ku nekkaa ngi ragal moromam. We have to break that barrier. Ndax ragal amul njëriñ ndax nit ku nekk ci yàlla rek nga war a delloo sa boppa ndax bu neexee yàlla la bu naxaree yàlla la te sa provision bi risax bi nga lekk yàlla la ko jox kenn du la ko jox ku la ko nar a xañ boppam rek la koo xañ. So man daal li ma foog mooy li tax ma gën a am interest pour ñëw ci panel bi nii mooy dañ war a jël suñ boppa daal ñu ku nekk gisee sa boppa ni sa morom ndax loolu mooy nit so isi with religion in it sax humanity mooy loolu because yow mënuloo ene sa boppa jaama ba pare the next person mënuloo enewuloo ko jaama loolu is impossible yow sa boppa doo mën a am jaama. Why suñ jéemee try that you break that barrier? Mr. ALIUE Njie, try a low moon to reach out as much as you can with your team so that at least ñun ñëpp dinañ mën a gis suñ boppa ci High Commission bi ndax ndegem suñ kër la te nag nit ku nekk fi nga dëkk nga war a mun a comfortable ndax kër bu ki xesew na waaye foofu la dëkka man daal loolu lay systematic right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you. Jërëjëf Aji. Mr. Cham, Mr. TAYEB Cham. Unmute.
Sayda Fatima.
Naam.
Beneen yoon bala ñoo ñëw ci closing remark man dama yëg ne time bi dem na te am nañ lot luñ war a wax. Aji Komba dafa rees loo xam ne lu am important la ci suñ biir. Gambian community bi in general wala Gambian in general boo ko doon describe danga ko describe ne yarami mag la yarami màggat foo laal rek ngay métti kon naka la ñoo taakulee problème yi nga xam ne moom la ñu face te biñ commencé benn tey ñu ngi concentré ci loo xam ne bëggoon naa time ñu def ko ci beneen site ngir daanaka ci affaire yi fédéral ak yu mel noonu ci lañ doon wax ak registration ci embassy bi waaye dafa am yoo xam ne yu very important la mooy new generation yi nga xam ne ay Gambian la some of them they came to this country very young seen culture seen aada seen language yépp daanaka ay anglais lañ naka lañ leen a mën a dimbalee pour promote sense of belonging as a Gambian at the same time try to break the barrier bi nga xam ne moo nekk ci diggante community leaders yi and religious leaders yi li ci ëpp yépp ñàkk a xam la parce que arab dafay wax ne ñàkk a xam dafay waral nit ki ragal ignorant always rek dafay create nit ki fear te aji soose ci sa kàddu yaa ngi ko wax ci language ji olof waaye hadis la bu yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wasallam wax nee na kenn ci ñun du mun a consider boppam ne jullit nga ndare li nga éene sa bopp nga éene ko sa fellow muslim sidna Ali ibn Abi Talib moom li mu wax mooy doomu aadama yépp ay mbokk lañ imma ngeen bokk ci diina wala ngeen bokk humanity ba tax na war nañoo delluwaat ci suñ bopp pour seet problème yi nga xam ne moom lañuy dund ñu jéem a seet ci suuf grassroots bi lan mooy cause bi suñ ko diagnosé ba pare soog ko tëralal plan pour prescribal ko lan moo koy faj ngir gëm naa ne fii ci west bi li suñ main problème mooy identity crisis and sense of belonging nekkatu fa xale yi war nañ de wax ak ñoom bëgg naa sa plateforme bi mu nekk loo xam ne government ci boppam dafa war a acknowledge ne mënuñoo def lépp il faut ñu tàllal seen loxo ci ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi liggéey pour bénéfice Gambie te soxlawuñ ci dara te bokk na ci façon plateforme yi ñu koy promote parce que daayira bu amee rek ñàkk dañoo wax ne réeroo amut waa ñàkk waxtaan moo am barki démb dama doon waxtaan suma benn doom boo xam ne mu ngi nekk about 25 years old te avant ma ñëw dama war a get back ci ñoom laaj leen lan lañuy feel as a Gambian lan mooy problème yi youngsters yi ak naka lañ mun a try pour change image yi ñun Gambian ak suñ reputation ci biti ñàkk coopération bi kenn ku nekk toog sa koona rek doyloo boppam te olof ni mu koy waxee ne su nit ki yëkkati loxo bi ne faaliwuma kenn ñu ne beneen loxo bi ñu yëkkati ko ne kenn faaliwuma loolu mu nekk mentalité boo xam ne dañ ko war a remove waxtaan pour dimbalante ci suñ biir ina jàmm te xam ne Gambia whatever the case ak luñ yàgg-yàgg fii dañoo wax ne bant du yàgg mukk ci géej ba mun a soppe ku jën xale bi daf ma wax yoo xam ne war nañoo amaat beneen programme boo xam ne da nga invite jigéen ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi ci organisation yi am na fi benn scola boo xam ne religiously socially ku active le ku ñëpp xam ñu ko wax Matilda Dramé dëkk East London ku bugg build networking together especially remove ak abolish lii nga xam ne mooy baat boobu nga xam ne bëggum koy tudd waaye doomu aadama la xam ne ni mooy acte mooy kenn laa ci Gambien yi waaye kenn laa tam julli ci seen biir am na loo xam ne fekk taakuluñ problème yooyu remove ko fi kenn ku nekk am lum gëm de ko doxee te nit ki dañoo wax ne arab dafay wax ne faaqidu shay la yuti waaye ma wax ko ci olof mu ne nit ki lim ñàkk du ko joxe ñu bëri ñu leen jàpp as a reference as a religious leader as a community leader waaye skill siñ war a bénéficier a community wala diagnose di problème bi ci boppam amuñ kon bala ñoo tackle problème bi dañ ko war a gëstu identify ko uutal ko solution loolu laa gëm ne mooy gën a dimbale xale bi ma laa wax ni ma ne suma main problème mooy heure bu ma demee Gambia damay fiil ne foreigner la ma ñëw fii tam ci réew mi yëg fiil ne foreigner la daf ma touch emotionally waaye mu ne bu ma demee Gambia mënumaa communiquer ak ñoom te ñii may communiquer tam am not belonging to them kon loolu mooy identity crisis bi nga xam ne war nañoo start jéem a bring new generation yoo xam ne danañ leen teach civil education ñu understand lan mooy réew ngir yonte bi nee na xubbul watani minal iman bugg sa réew rek ci gëm yàlla bokk kon su fekkee nga oote jullit ba pare te isolé sa bopp li réew mi di yëngatu li embassy bi di yëngatu nga ne duma fa dem duñ ma faale seen bopp lañ fi nekkal loolu du ne mooy diina du ne loolu tam mooy culture at yu gàtt yooyu laa amoon ci suma remarque su fekkee ne waxtu des na tam am naa yeneen moo tutu
waaw xam naa boobu dinañ ko denca ba beneen because of time alaawatut ñu parce que Idrissa war na moo wax ba pare Aliou Ndiaye Mr Aliou Ndiaye war na moo wax pour rek dooleel waxtaan bi rek nga laal fenn foo xam ne c'est very important soo gisee tey sax bëgguma dugg ci yëfi youth yëfi xale yi ak jigéen parce que bëgg naa ñu defati beneen ni ngi lay gis programme bi tey nii commencement la so lii baax na ci man baax na ci yéen pour ñu xam fan lañu war a because maa ngi gis comment si yéen tamit li ngeen wax maa ngi koy déglu Mr Aliou Ndiaye mu ngi koy déglu ci ennit bi dinaa wax am na loo xam ne dinaa ko wax ci ennit bi bugguma koo wax léegi waaye loolu mooy firi rek ne it's a good start am na fu ñu starté because next panel bi ñoo am xëy na dinañ fi war a am pour indi fi ñi nga xam ne is out of the box du nekk community leader dina ñi nga xam ne ñoo am jàngoro bi ñi koo face ñi nga xam ne bokkuñ ci ñu war leen a indi xale yi tamit new generation bi it's very important ñu indi leen ñi xam youth si lan la ñoo dundee te loolu mooy fi ma doon waxee rek ma delluwaat si mooy meet the people store léegi Mr Ndiaye li ma ko doon meet the people store boobu noonu mënu ko woon a understand tey dina ko understand parce que tey meet na li yenn leaders su ëllëgee ñu indil ko ndaw ñi gannaaw ëllëg ñu indil ko mag ñi gannaaw waati ëllëg ñu indil ko jigéen ñi kon di nga meet the people kon meet the people store dina am by force. Eddie, what do you have to add to this?
Sorry. Thank you, Fatmata. I think of coming last actually gives me the opportunity to listen to a range of issues that were discussed and there is a slight digression, but I think they're all useful.
Yes.
For our community, the Gambian community in Nottingham, I must say I'm really grateful. We are a very, very generous community. Sadly, over the course of last few years, we experienced some community deaths, and each time they happen, the whole community pulls together. We all donate generously to support the families, and we're very lucky in a sense that we've got a community leadership, particularly Imam Baba, who has strong connections with the Asian community. And often when we experience difficulties like that, they also come in a way to support us. And often we find out that we rely so much on them, which is something that is not sustainable going forward. So we have to change. We should be our own solution to our own problems. But that is also down to the issue of social mobility. Now, our pulling power as individuals are very limited. That means when we pull out the resources we're able to gather, it's very, very limited. So we really need to look at the issue of social mobility. And being an educationist who has worked for a considerable year in the classrooms in this country, do pay a close attention, a very, very close attention to the school performance or attendance or attainment of Black African children, particularly, obviously, Gambians. But then that is one area for me where we really need to make a change, because they are the future. if we need to break away from the economic underprivilege that our communities are in, we need to look into our children and perhaps make some changes in terms of our engagement and to break barriers going forward. Like you said, that's another topic probably for another time. But obviously, with the issues with regards to what the actual discussion is, I will want to provide some solutions. I will say to Mr. NJIE, for example, it has been mentioned we've got issues about trust within the community groupings, and it is something we cannot brush under the carpet. So many Gambians within associations got issues. They are genuine because they have contributed their monies to people who put them in their individual bank accounts, and then we trust each other, and then somebody else is not able to hold that trust, and often that gives so many people bad experiences, and then that creates some issues in so many communities across, not just in this country, but I'm sure anywhere Gambians are. But I think in this day and age, that is something we need to go beyond. So it is good we register with the Gambian High Commission. So I would want to make a suggestion to Mr. NJIE that he is here, whether there is any possibility, for example, the High Commission could come in and support our capacities as individual associations, because we all volunteers, we all doing our regular Monday to Friday jobs or whatever shifts we're doing. And the spare time we have, that's our family times, is what we have to give for the community. And often it is difficult when communities are not, associations are not registered, they are not legal entities. So that question of accountability and transparency in how money is handled becomes an issue. So if the Government High Commission could really step in with the associations that are registered with them to see how best they could provide that capacity to them, maybe it could be a legal advice or some sort of a structural support to make them register as charities where there will be set procedures in terms of their financial reporting. And I think that is something that will really allay the fears of so many Gambians in this country in respect to community associations. We, for our part, we're doing great because we've got a project here, which is a massive project we've been running, and we're doing great. At the moment, we don't have our own center, but we've managed to rent premises where we've got our own masjid, we've got our own madrasa, the kids are doing the community, everybody, like Uncle Sheikh just said, it's about that identity. Our children are coming here to the madrasa, they're interacting, they're knowing each other. So we are in a good state. Our children could really grow up tomorrow and actually intermarry within themselves because they've known each other. So that is really important, creating that sense of belonging for them. So we really need to do a lot more as community groups for the future, because it's about making a difference for the future. I am aware we pressed for time, so let me stop here.
Thank you. It like oh that's fine. Oh, okay. Now, Mr. NJIE, I am 100% sure you heard a lot today that you need to, and this is just the beginning, Mr. NJIE. This is just the beginning. The hardest part hasn't come yet, because we have more for you. We have a lot more difficult issues to put on your table. This is just the beginning. Pour mbokk yi yéen ñi seetaan rek comme niñ leen ko waxee woon rek ñëw nañ tey tase fi ak ki nga xam ne moom moo ñëw represent High Commission embassy bi muy Deputy High Commissioner bi ALIUE Mr. ALIUE NJIE mu ngi fi tey tase fi ñi nga xam ne mooy LAMIN SONKO nekk ca Birmingham. ñu am EDRISSA TOURAY moom tamit nekk si is it Nottingham EDRISSA? Yes, and then you am AJIE SOSSEH moom nekk sa COVENTRY nga am MOMODOU Jai mu nekk HUDDERSFIELD ba pare nga am imam TAYEB CHAM moom ñëpp la fi nekkal macha allah ñëpp la fi nekkal ma delluwaat wax nit ñi rek ne buñ leen make a mistake Mr. Imam TAYEB CHAM ñëwut fi toog pour represent ne religious leader la ñëwal déedéet dañ ko indi mu bokk ci waxtaan bi rek pour bu nit ñi réeroo mbir boobu noonu because dina ñaaw lool pour ñu indi ko mu ñëw di represent religious leaders yi ba pare indi wuñ fi ku nga xam ne Christian la it would be very unfair so pour ma leeralal ko nit ñi rek ne taxawaayam fii rek mooy mag la rek bu bokk ci waxtaan bi ba pare tam mu am li nga xam ne liggéey bi muy def ci society ñu bëggoon koo fisal feeñal ko bu baree bari sax mënuñ cee dugg bu baax a baax waaye xam naa ne beneen programme bu ñu am dinañ indi mu waxtaan ci lu bari li mu xam ne loolu la mooy def te foog naa ne liñ def nii tey lu baax la parce que indi na lu nga xam ne tey xëj na bi beneen yoon ne mun nañoo indi aji kombe ci boppam sax ak groupe jigéen ñi nekk Coventry ñu waxtaan mun nañoo indi imam tey moom rek ci boppam mu mun a wax details of ci lan la muy yëngu mun nañoo indi Idrissa moom tamit rek mu indi waale ay waa Nottingham ñoom tam ñu wax ñu seen feebar ak ci li ñuy yëngu ak naka lañ way forward the same with Mr Sonko the same with Momodou NJIE so lii it's loo xam ne la commencement la so gis naa comments yi dëgg la dinañ ko keep take on board feedback bi it's very important dinaa ko discuss Mr NJIE after su ko defee ñu xam lan la ñuy def pour ñu because suñ toogaay tey bi fii pour solution la tooguñ fi pour dara du fa affaire leeral wala leneen pour solution la waxtaan rek ba juboo Mr NJIE ñu bàyyi la nag yow tamit nga daaneel kaddu yi li nga wax ñu rek li nga fiil ta 5 minutes nga wax ñu ko su ko defee ñu daal di tëj programme bi nag diggee fi daje parce que lii maa ko wax diggee fi daje du ma wax ne nag ne amande dama ne diggee fi daje pour beneen yoon.
Yeah, oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I thank everyone, all the panelists who are around, who are taking all their precious time to join us. As Imam said earlier, as I repeat again, a journey of 1,000 steps always begin with, 4 steps. So these are some of the things. So many things people don't know. But as we keep, coming over this media, your platform, people will come to know most of the issues that they were not aware of, that the High Commission has been taking some steps. I just want to, come into another issue regarding the trust. Trust normally it begins with people. Sometimes, cultures differs. People sometimes trust you when they know you and they know how you operate. That is one of those things. And then if they have the knowledge of that individual, that's the time they trust you. But also knowledge of an individual depends on how you associate with an individual. If you don't associate with an individual, you will not be able to have that trust individual. You will not have the knowledge and you will not have the trust. So that is why to trust, you are talking about the association. Now we're talking about the Gambia High Commission as an institution. It is as an institution, it is the institution itself as a Gambia house that people should trust. And if you trust the institution that represents you, that's the time you can deal with the people who are there. And people should understand that the Gambia High Commission is purposely here for them. So they have to have that trust, and then let us live together and then work together. Imam pointed one thing that is so important. I am not sure whether I captured it very well, but one of the fundamental things is faith. People, all of us are from families and institutions. There are 3 institutions in life: the family, the peer group, and school. As you are young, so all these institutions they have an influence over a youth. So everybody has to play a role. The family, the peer groups, and also the school. But the family is fundamental in this, because you have to bring your child in a way that the individual will be respected in a society. He has to be highly respected, highly grow up in order to make sure that the person represents your family. Because normally people say, oh, if the child is bad, they say Sadomla. If it is good, Sindomla. You understand? So the faith is so important, and that is where Imam is coming up, and it is so fundamental in life, because it is God that provides the foundation upon which we build our unit. So it will provide guide, strength, and peace. And Imam can stress on this maybe in the next subsequent meetings and all those things. But I really appreciate all your views, and we will definitely take them on board. And these are the things that we are looking for. We are looking for towards having this, and then we hope that it continues from time to time, and you'll be always be available to participate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mbokk yi comme ni ma ko waxee rek yéen ñi seetaan delluwaat ci rek pour fàttali leen suñ toogaay fii tey pour wax te di leen fàttali tamit ne benn association bu mu feel left out. This was a start. It's just the beginning of a new journey. Te lii buñ ko commencé wutoon nii duñu xam ban association lañ war a dem. Ma kontaan lool am ñuy bind ne boole wuñ ci suñu association ndax di ngeen ci boole suñu association next time macha allah alhamdulilah kontaan naa ci loolu lool loolu wane na ne suñ toogaay fii tey am na important trop ba nit ñi fii ne they need to call out their own association to ñëw join lii nii ahankay next time am na ñu bind tamit ne bugg na ñoo gis ne ñu oo community leaders yi ooyaati embassy bi ñu oo nit ñi nga xam ne bokkuñ ci association ñoom they are neutral but they have something to say ak ñu nga xam ne bokk nañ ci association but they are not leaders dañ fa nekk rek ak lan moo tax trust bi génn between ñoom ak association bi ak lan moo tax trust bi génn between ñoom and embassy bi kon nag lii dama ne ëmb la ëmb boo xam ne boo ko ibee fekk fa lu set boo ko ibee fekk fa lu cilim boo ko ibee fekk fa lu ees kon dafa mel ni luñ enu nii diis na foog ñu continuer ko te nag am na beneen bi ñuy plan moo waxee ko fii rek benn yoon dinañ fi indi yenn ñoo xam ne religious leaders lañ parce que tey suñuy call out suñ embassy tamit nañ leen call out suñ religious leaders yi because am na lu nga xam ne ñu ngi koy dunda fii di jànkuwante ak ñoom surtout ma jigéen ñi sëy bu tas góor ñi tamit ak ñu nga xam ne ñu ngi leen a aaye pour ñu gis seen doom yi ñoom seen boppa ñun war nañoo toog laaj suñ leader suñ kilifa diine yi lan la ñuy defar ak ñun tam fan lañ fii ne foofu la ñu féel am na foo xam ne ñu ngi fii ne jàppalewuñ li yëpp buñ ko defut ci dialogue rek duñ xam di nga toog mere nit ki te xam loolu tax nga mere ko parce que foog naa ne ñun loolu moo nekk suñ biir dañ mere wante benn ci trust ñaareel bi ci lack of communication kon nag lii lu EBS ci Elite Media expect the unexpected loo leen xalaat rek lu nga xam ne dina indi Gambien bi together rek dinañ ko def ma tijjee nag koo xam ne di gërëm kenn te duma ko mën a ñàkkaa def parce que ma duma suul jëf ku nekkaa ngi naan ni ñaa ngee binda ñu ma seen message Fatmata bii mooy the best lu nga mus a def I will not take the credit I will give the credit to Suntu because lii li ko sabab li ko indi tey xam naa ne dina ma door dina ma rey parce que bugut turam feeñ ne moom moo tax lii am tey soo gisee ma indi ko dama ko bëggoon ne ko duma suul jëf parce que bugut ko dafa bëgg ma jël crédit bi ne lii maa ko indi maa ko teg si table bi déedéet in as much as play naa si suma little part am na tey luñ discours suñ ko discours toon lii du fi egsi tey kon surtout di la gërëm di la santa ni nga def nii tey bu ko ñu bari defoon tey foog naa dialogue bi nga xam ne dañ ko nii doon bu yàgg parce que tey ku fi toog rek nga ne this was long overdue luñ waroon a def bu yàgg la kon ma gërëmee ko suntu su ma ko gërëmee suntu mooy gërëmee naa ko embassy bi nit ñaa ngee wax ne embassy bi daf ko waroon a def wallahi lii embassy bi moo ko def liggéeyam la parce que suntu foofu laa liggéey lii mooy li ma ko ooyee di ko tooñee nag ko meet the people loolu la suntu def nii tey kon di gërëm suntu bu baax a baax suntu Touré te effort bi nga def nii parce que man xëy na lu tuuti laa ci dugal yaa ci dugal lu rëy li yëpp di wax ne tamit ne ku feel ne leave nañ seen association out te am ngeen lu bari loo leen mun a wax maa ngi leen a ñaax reach out leen to man war a ngeen reach out to suntu war a ngeen reach out to embassy bi bu leen fiir rek ne parce que ooyu ñu ci duñu ci bokka parce que foog naa loolu la fi imam tey doon di bugg a wax aliyeroon bul xaar gis nga ci loo bokka bul xaar ku la ci oo tax ci rip bokka ci ahankay kon nag gaañi dig nañ leen dajee ba beneen yoon di kontaan nag bu baax a baax si panel bii nga xam ne moom laa defee panélistes yëpp wax nañ fi loo xam ne dafa important foog naa ne tey liñ fi toog nii jàngukaay la suñu dañ ni pour sensitiser suñu people bi suñu nit ñi ñu ngi nii ñu ngi create awareness laal nañ fi yu nga xam ne tey dugaaguñ ci jëpp waaye foog naa ne suñu waxtaan bi ibbi na bunta bu nga xam ne rek dinañ mën a jaar bu baree bari ma may ku nekk 1 minute mu tàggatoo ak association am ak lépp fàttaliwaat nit ñi ban association la jógee lan la fi toogal ak way forward bi 1 minute rek laay mayee foofu noonu suñ passé 1 minute rek dinaa dugg rek waxaa leen tey dama kontaan ma ñëw nekk seen boss yéen ñëpp dama kontaan ci loolu waxoon naa leen ko Alia kon nag ma commencé si Mr. Sonko.
Yeah, thanks Fatou, and then thanks the whole panel. This is a very fruitful discussion. Everyone is saying that it's overdue. True, it's overdue, but we're on it, and we have a direction, and that we have sense of awareness, and people are listening. The contribution was great from everyone. I really appreciate it on behalf of the Gambian Association in Birmingham. We're really looking forward to it again. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Edie?
Thank you, Fatmata, and thank you to Gambian High Commission for facilitating a forum of this nature, because it is something that is long overdue. And to conclude, I would like to thank the membership of the Gambian community in Nottinghamshire. And I've got the pleasure of working with alongside so many selfless individuals and leaders who have given themselves up for the community, and we are, as a unit, as a group, making a difference. And I'm really grateful to be here on behalf of all of them, and I would like to thank all my co-panelists, and particularly thank you, Fatmaja, for great moderation. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. MOMODOU NJIE?
Yeah, thank you very much, Fatou. On behalf of Gambian Huddersfield community, I would like to extend my gratitude to you as a great moderator, wonderful lady for that matter. I would like to thank the Gambian High Commissioner, my brother ALIUE NJIE, on behalf of the entire Gambian High Commissioner, for their stand, and I think this is long overdue. I agree with all the panelists, and I hope we do our best to continue with this, because we have a lot of issues to discuss, a lot of issues to address, and I look forward for another next session. Thank you very much.
AJIE KOMBEH?
Thank you, Fatima. Thanks for the opportunity to dialogue with the High Commission. And Mr. NJIE, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure meeting you and everybody on the panel, especially Uncle Tayyib. Big shout to you. And a big shout out to Gambian Association in Coventry and our Coventry GAM Women's Group. You guys are doing fantastic. Well done. Bye.
Thank you. Mr. ALIUE NJIE, I would, first of all, I would want to say thank you very much to you and Mr. Blaine for, when I sent the email, I was scared. I was like, okay, they will not accept this. Because I have the same perception that people have. Come on, look, this is the embassy. They just don't want to know. Journalists, no. Media, no. You know, that's how I felt. But I was so grateful for you guys to have responded and say, okay, we're going to have it. This is what you want. It's a way forward. Let's do it. So thank you very much for giving me that. I was really panicking, but Nina Dambe really helped me out there and said, look, you need to do it. Push, 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 push. So thank you very much. Mobile yo tamit nga tagato su ko defé nak ñu comme que yalla def na nak imam Sayid Cham mu fi ñu def ko rek ni ko dé défé mbaxantel rek comme ni ma ko waxé ñëw fi tok as a religious leader waye kilifa la it war nañu mëna tejal waxtaan bi tamit ci diiné. Mr. NJIE?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much on behalf of His Excellency, the High Commissioner, Mr. Francis Blaine, and my other colleague, Mr. TOURAY, and the rest of the staff. We really appreciate and thank you for giving us this platform. And we thank all the panelists, members of the panelists, for your time coming in and participating. And then, it's important that we come to know most of these things, and then we take them on board. We can't know all the problems, but then at least if people come on board, we will definitely come to know the problems and we look for the solutions. Thank you so much once again. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. Imam Tayyib, kon nag ñu bàyyi la nga tëjal ñu waxtaan bi ma balaa nga dugg foofu rek ma wax ne ñëpp ñuy seetaan jërëjëf pour seen contribution gis naa comments yëpp I wish ne mun naa koo read yëpp maa ngi jégalu àq ci loolu waaye dinañ make sure ne lépp lu nga xam ne nit comment na ko fii dinaa ko screenshot yónnee ko ñi nga xam ne war naa leen koo yónnee ñoom itamit ñu gis ko su ko defee ñu xam ne lii la nit ñi wax ñoom tamit parce que yéen tamit surtout yéen tey ñun toogaay biñ fi toog ni amul njëriñ. Parce que tey bu fekkee benn nit sax moo toog di ko view tey benn nit boobu am na lu mu ciy jàng yóbbu delloowaat ko ci ay nitam loolu mooy word of mouth noonu la yëf si travelé ba egg ci nga xam ne ci ñi nga xam ne ñooñu la war a egg kon yéen maa ngi leen a gërëm di leen sant yéen suma viewers yu baax yi la di leen ñaanal jàmm di ko ñaanal ñun ñëpp bépp tiyaaba na bu ci yàlla joxe yan naa ko bokk ak yéen Imam Tayyib.
Sayida Fatima alhamdulillah ñu ngi sant yàlla mi nga xam ne baaxee nañu ñu bokk ci panel bi lépp lu ñu fi wax mu bari mu tuuti yéen nam nekk lu sincere te borom bi accept ko te mu nekk tam luy continue ngir yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wasallam dafa wax ne xayrul amali adwamuhu walaw qalla loolu lim miin mu ne the best effort ak lu tuuti na am continuity kon liñ start ni ñu ngi sentu ni dina am continuity pour mën a indi result beneen bi ñu ngi lay gërëm del sant lii nga def bu fekkee ni mënuñ laa compenser tam dara war nañ laa ñaanal yàlla succeed and protection and blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala waaye war na tam ci ñi nga xam ne ñooy authorities muy ca government ba wala embassy bi at least nga am recognition at the same time ñu appreciate rôle bi nga xam ne yaa ngi koy play ci biir community bi lii wari gari réew mi li ci boppam wari gari authorities yi lañ voluntarily yaa ngi koy def sa time sa waxtu sa energy te tension ci nga nekkoon ci fan yëpp xam naa ci dara waaye loolu yëpp nag du ne dama ñëw pour de le presse waaye ku xam sa background xam ne ku war a bëgg lu baax na continuer rek ku la romb ci sa tool bi ngay bay bu la waxul jërëjëf tam xamal ne yaa ngi bayal sa bopp tool bii nga ubbi tey ak channel bi nga ubbi yaa ko moom parce que bëgg sa réew ci gëm yàlla la bokk ñu ngi gërëm ñëpp di sant ñëpp de wax benn cadre rek bu jëm ci embassy this year laa fi am about 27 years waaye to be honest with myself the image of embassy and diplomatic mission bi itself uute naag liñ xamoon maa ngi laa wax to be honest am na temps yoo xam ne bu ma jógoon jëm ci embassy damay hesitate waaye léegi sense of belonging man yëg naa ko man ci suma bopp te loolu laa ñaan ñëpp yëg ko te bunt bi nga xam ne moom la ñu ubbil muy affaire registration bi nga xam ne moom la Aliou Ndiaye yëkkati suñ njëriñ rek laay nekk nañ ñëw forward pour wane suñ citizenship war koy proof ne képp koo xam ne yaa ngi request your right war ngaay deliver sa duty ñaar rek moo am boo deliver sa duty waru laay request right suñ duty la connect ci embassy bi pour dimbalante ak ñoom suma last word mooy réew mi bi ma ñëwee am na ñu ma dalal il faut dinaa leen gërëm bala ma fay jóge yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wasallam nee na man laa yashkuru naasa laa yashkuru Allah képp ku du sant doomu aadama yi doo sant yàlla bokk nañ fi bi ñëwee fii since 1994 fekk nañ fi Gambia organisation yoo xam ne ñu ngi taxawoon seeni borom mun na possible ne mag lañ léegi waaye def nañ lot of achievement pour bring Gambian together ànd ak ne Gambia neexu de bring together mooy ku mel ni Ibrahim Jeng Alaaji Jaañ ak odes fi may mujjee mooy am na beneen plateforme boo xam ne annually mu ngi am gathering de promote suñ culture unity pour ñu xam tam suñ identity mooy this cultural week every year mu ngi am ñi nga xam ne ñoo koy taxaw tam ñu ngi def wel ci biir community bi ñu ngi leen a sant wasalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah
jërëjëf 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 kontaan nañ solo kon nag su imam gannaaw bu imam waxee rek foog naa luñ ci waxati rek yaaxa waxtaan bi waaye am na lu nga xam ne foog ma rax ko ci rek ne yi si néeg bi dafa mel ni tàngane léegi seetlu ngeen ne seen Mr Aliou Ndiaye dafa simi kosam bi añi dafa simi kos bi andi een waxoon naa la ne xale bu yabaate laa yéen a ngeen ñëw si plateforme boo xam ne foog ma doon leen daala
situation room situation room
gis nga ko thank you everyone
thank you
Sponsor a Gambian girl through SAG Foundation. We are placing girls on the path to success through education. Our aim is to realize a Gambia where every girl is given equal access to education to reach their full potential. This is how we do it through our model of affecting generational systematic change. This is Amy. She is not in school, an underprivileged girl excluded from school due to lack of financial support. The SAG Foundation enrolled her into school, and she is equipped with all the essential resources to have a quality education. Amy is now making a difference in her community. Amy is now contributing towards the generational systematic change. Education changes everything for a girl.